At the end of the day.
The end of the day.
At the end of the day.
The end of the day.
At the end of the day.
Good day. Today is Sunday, August 22nd, 2020. No, I almost didn't do one today. It's my second one. So they claim a negative 19% decrease 14-day change in new cases. As I stated from yesterday, they're still doing the same retroactive thing where they let you know prior day numbers today. I don't know how many other states are doing this, because there's 50 states, and as much as a news junkie I am, the news is on right now. I can't watch every single state all the time. So 19% change, and that's 45,031 at least. That claims to be slightly lower than yesterday's 45,371 number. But it's just nitpicking when it's a few hundred out of many thousands. For new deaths, this is the indicator that I prefer, which is now they're finding a way to muddle this one. So I don't get how muddling the data really helps us fix the problem. It's like having a bunch of people run around with STDs. Instead of giving people STD tests or allowing anyone to take it or making the results come back soon, all these people are allowed to go out and fornicate, riddled with easily transmitted diseases. That is the same thing with COVID. And if people are dying from these STDs and they attribute it to something else, then we don't know how many people is dying from STDs, do we? Same thing with COVID. That seems to be the issue now. They were marking every suspected COVID case death as a COVID death, because if you have a pre-existing condition, you likely would have been fine. You would likely still be living if you did not contract COVID. Now, I get what some people are saying. Now, maybe they should just change or add so you could put 2 causes of deaths, you know? That way everyone's happy. Say if you had cancer, but you were really doing well at your treatments, and then you caught COVID. Certain groups of people would say, I know my family member died of cancer. And some doctors would say, we suspect that COVID was the cause of their death. Just split the baby in half and say COVID and cancer killed him. We need the data. If we don't have the data, then we don't know what we're doing, what we've done, and what we need to do. I digress. New deaths, at least 950. Not too much better from yesterday's 1128. $178 difference, where we have new cases increasing. It doesn't sound bad, but it's the map you have to get to. You have to get to the map that shows exactly where cases are increasing and decreasing. Let's see if I can up my skill right now and evolve my practice. Oh, there we go. Okay, they say cases are increasing in like 2 states in the Northeast, a few states in the mid-Northwest, Missouri, Guam, Hawaii, and the Virgin Islands. That's all well and fine, but that's also a poor indicator when they do it like that, because that goes by the population per capita in the state. It just doesn't, since this is spreading to rural and smaller communities, it's hot spots, little tiny, instead of one big fire that was in the Northeast, it's literally California right now. Instead of being one big blaze of a 9/11, it's California wildfires right now. And so, as from yesterday, the border communities of places like Tennessee and Mississippi over here, Florida, by Georgia, Florida, Alabama. Oh, was that a coffee county? I'll never find you again. There it was. You're doing bad coffee. All up through Georgia over here. Not looking good. See the way that snake dances? And then, for some reason, don't know why down here it's doing so terribly and Mexico's doing so great. I don't think they're sending all their sick people here. So what's the deal there, Texas? And then see, look at all these little sprinkles. See, what is that? That's crazy, Perkins County, Nebraska. You don't have that much help and services. See, it's little tiny spots. But over here in Florida, California, they've got all these areas over here that just, you just can't seem to kick this. I mean, Northern California, but Southern California, different story. And then over here is another border situation, Missouri and Illinois. Sometimes these, you'll find a county that belongs to 2 states, like Texarkana is somewhere around here. And that's people jump between Texas and Arkansas like that. Look at this border communities. And they're probably just spreading it back and forth too. I mean, the science is showing it. that if you contracted COVID, you can contract it again. You can lose your antibodies after a certain amount of months, and you can contract COVID again. The science is also showing that if you were asymptomatic or had very mild symptoms, your antibodies, you lose them faster. You don't have as much protection. So if you were asymptomatic, you some reason got a test, and you were found to be COVID positive, and you don't really feel anything, you waited 2 weeks, you're negative, you're likely not going to be protected much because your body didn't have anything to fight off. Therefore, it didn't really need to produce antibodies. Therefore, you're still exposed. Therefore, you are more likely to catch it again. And then other research is showing if you catch it the second time, God help us, the third time, the effects are worse than when you caught it the first time. So it's expletively deleted best. So North Dakota was one of the counties that was also increasing. That one I can both see and agree on, but jeez, I see it now. It's these little hot spots, little tiny hot spots all over. So it went from being over here on fire to the fire spread out. So that's how we live in the local agencies and hospitals. So this is only as much information as some hospitals are giving, because I know for a fact in Texas, and I keep saying Texas because I love KSAT, awesome news network, but there is a disconnect between the hospital and government agencies. The hospitals are for profit. The government agencies are what they are. And in order to keep and increase their profit, the hospital agencies might not want to release numbers for fear that it shows how much they have, and it might bring down whoever wants to use their services, which takes money out of their pockets. It's this whole corrupt thing whole corrupt reason why they might not want to release the numbers. I'm not saying, I have no proof of that. I'm just noting as this is for the suspicion for why they would take so long to release such data. It's not a complicated thing to put in, because when a patient dies, the data goes into a system. When someone gets tested and the test comes back, the data goes into a system. Take that data, send. Don't but take a few minutes. Why are you waiting till it stacks up? So, that's it. I don't know if you can hear my washer too. Oh God, sounds everywhere. Be better next time.